Welcome back to Told in Pieces, a podcast where stories unfold one part at a time. I'm your host, Catherine, and today we continue our story. This is part 5 of What We Carry, the part where I leave, and it's called Breakfast. I think I'm good with just this, thanks, I say to Marianne as she tops off my coffee for the second time. No problem, sweetie. I'll bring the check if that's good with you. It's not really a question, especially since she's already off to the next table, half-filled carafe in hand, before I can offer a polite response. Marianne's probably older than she looks. One of those diner lifers with soft laugh lines and kind eyes. She gives the impression that she's been serving up this exact breakfast to this exact seat since the dawn of time. As she makes her way back behind the counter, carafe now empty, I give her a nod and a small smile before taking another bite of my omelet. That old-timer from the motel across the way wasn't kidding. This place is worth checking out. At first, I figured he was just hyping up the closest walkable option, but nope. It's just really damn good. There's the slightest hint of regret poking at me for not stopping in last night for a slice of pie. Then again, it's easy to feel that way now that I'm fully rested. Easy to forget I was half dead and would have rather gouged my own eyes out than put on pants, a shirt, and shoes. I shovel the last bite of omelet into my mouth and reach for the mug of coffee to wash it down. My mug is barely at my lips when Marianne drops the check and clears my plate. No rush, honey. In a flash, she's off again. Setting the mug down on the table, I reach for the check and dig into my pocket for my wallet. I take out enough to cover breakfast, plus some extra for a tip, then check my phone. There's still over an hour until checkout, plenty of time to nurse this coffee and then wrap things up at the motel before heading to Derek's place. Derek's is still a couple hours away, a few at most, depending on traffic. I'll have to check the GPS to be sure, but my guess is I'll get there by lunchtime, maybe just after. Taking that into consideration, I send him a text. Yo, hope it's not too early to send this your way, but just wanted to let you know I'm a couple hours out. Planning to be there around lunchtime, after. That work for you? Let me know if you need me to kill some time or whatever's good. I press send, put the phone down, and continue to sip my coffee. Derek's a guy I connected with through social media maybe about a year ago. And before you say anything, yeah, I know how sketchy that sounds. But come on, it's 2025. We pay to get in cars with strangers, for fuck's sake. We're all living in this sketch fest together. Might as well embrace it. Anyway, Derek's around my age, maybe a few years older. Honestly though, it doesn't come up much. What does come up? Motorcycles. That's how we crossed paths in the first place. He was posting about riding, I was posting about riding, and eventually we started shooting the shit on a regular basis. What started as talking technique and bitching about the weather slowly turned into something that resembled an actual friendship. We'd check in, swap stories, and sometimes just vent. For me, that meant finally letting some of what I'd been bottling up out. That I'd had enough of whatever this thing I was calling life had become. Oddly enough, I remember that day so clearly. It had been a hell of a week. Everything was going wrong. My parents were doing a bang-up job at rubbing it in. Just a perfect little shitstorm. And this guy from the internet, he was there for me. Derek didn't just listen, he heard me in a way that I'm not sure anyone ever had. Then he texted me something I'll never forget. Come to Arizona and stay with me for a while. See if this is the answer to some of the questions you've got banging around in that head of yours. As soon as I saw those words pop up on my screen, it was like someone flipped on a light in a room I didn't realize had been dark. All the how questions swirling in my head suddenly changed to when, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I didn't answer right away. I didn't know how to respond. For a whole day, I convinced myself he was just fucking with me. But I didn't have it in me to ask. I didn't want it to not be real. Didn't want to break the illusion of something good happening. The number of times I read and reread that message, honestly, it's a little pathetic. But eventually, after typing and deleting and typing again, I decided I had to say something. My finger hovered over the send button before I finally built up the courage to tap the screen. Seriously? He replied almost immediately. As a heart attack, And that's when I knew. That's when I knew that this wasn't just some casual offer. This was a door being held wide open for me, and it was up to me to walk through it. So I did. Which is how I ended up here, sitting in a 24-hour diner across from a cheap-ass motel in some corner of Arizona. Have a good one, I call out to Marianne as I shuffle out of the booth and head toward the door, bell clanking overhead as I go. Walking back to my room across the way, I run through my mental checklist before hitting the road. Put the bags on the bike, gear up, sweep the room, turn in the key. I repeat the list to myself as I unlock and step into 1E. Everything's already squared away. I got it all prepped before heading to breakfast, so now it's just a matter of going through the motions. I start with the bags, grabbing them and making sure they're zipped. Leaving them open is the kind of mistake you only need to make once. I sling them over my shoulder and walk outside to the bike. I strap them on, double and triple check that they're secure, and then I take a second to look the bike over. Everything looks good, so it's back inside to knock out the next couple of items. I pull on my jacket, then my backpack, and grab my helmet off the chair. I'm carrying everything I brought into this room, so there shouldn't be anything left behind. Still, I sweep through the room just to be sure, which doesn't take long considering the size of the place and the complete lack of drawers. Nothing in the bathroom, nothing under the bed, I say out loud, confirming it's all clear. We're good. With that, I close the door on 1E for the final time, walk over to the drop box, slide the key in, and strap on my helmet as I head back toward the bike. I make quick work of it, and then I'm on my way. Just a couple more hours, and that's when this journey truly begins. Thank you so much for listening to part 5 of What We Carry, the part where I leave. This is an original story, read and written by me, Catherine Spohr. Just as a reminder, for those of you who might be wondering. And of course, we will continue this story next week, and I hope that you'll join us for that. There's also some extra fun over on Substack if you're interested in reading more about the places that inspired this part of the story. You can go check that out. But yeah, thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have a great day and ride safe.